The skies went clear, the chemtrails vanished. For the first time in years, people across the country looked up and saw nothing but open blue. But it didn't last. Now they're back, and with them, a toxic fog unlike anything we've seen before. Lab tests confirm what many feared. This isn't just pollution, it's the same deadly cocktail of heavy metals, nano compounds, and now new pathogens. What changed? Insiders say the global elite weren't about to let their most critical operation die after the federal government pulled the plug on funding. Chemtrail programs are too big to fail, critical to the elite's agenda. So now they've gone private. America's skies are swarming with unmarked planes, flying off radar, breaching airspace, and unleashing their payloads on an unsuspecting public. This isn't just weather manipulation, it's warfare in plain sight. Tonight, we expose the secret funding behind the reboot, the science behind the poison, and most importantly, what we can do to stop it. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com and click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. The skies cleared, the haze lifted, and for a brief moment, people felt relief. Headaches eased and the air smelled clean again. But now they're back. And while the media insists that nothing is happening, that anyone who questions it is just a paranoid conspiracy theorist, the evidence is undeniable. More people are documenting the trails, testing the fallout, and exposing the truth. The real tinfoil hat wearers are those still refusing to see what's right in front of them. Nothing to see here, folks. Just another unmarked plane not appearing on flight tracking websites, weaving erratically while leaving behind a dense plume of chemical-laden trails. Want a closer look at a plane caught in the act? But the elite are not standing still. Chemtrails are evolving, becoming more advanced, more powerful.
What does that mean?
Meanwhile, the elite are using the media to sell the lie that mass aerosol spraying is for our own good, a necessary tool to combat so-called climate change. Even social media influencers are being recruited to make cloud seeding seem trendy, harmless, and even fun.
Today we're going to try to make it rain. We have these flares that contain a mixture of salts, and this is called cloud seeding in the UAE. We're going to take off and press this button over here. It says fire. That right there will ignite the flares, release the salts into the clouds, and make it rain, hopefully. I'm going to press the fire button, but first we've got to set it up. Look, so over here, I'm going to switch it over to R1, like that. And I'm going to put this down to 3, like that. And I'm going to press fire. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Fire. Now look at that. Number 2, fire. Number 3, fire. Let's have a look. Crazy. This is nuts.
But it gets even worse. This year, cities across the US and Europe many of which never experience fog, have been blanketed in a thick, eerie mist that refuses to lift even during daylight hours. While the media scrambles to dismiss it as another coincidence, let's be clear, this is no ordinary weather event.
Fog is back with vengeance, y'all. Wait till you see this compilation I put together. This right here is in LA. It's like double potent this time around. And this one right here is in Oklahoma. Look how this dense fog goes right under the tops of all these buildings. I've never seen a city look like this. And completely unrelated and irrelevant, my whole family had headaches today, y'all. And yesterday. What about y'all?
Reports of health issues are on the rise. Locals have experienced persistent coughing, sore throats, and unexplained fatigue. Some even describe unusual gut problems and a strange metallic taste when near the fog. Symptoms such as these are no surprise when you learn about the contents of the fog.
Look, guys. See the fog? Those are parasites and bacteria. This is biological warfare. This is Nuremberg stuff right here. This is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it's February 2025. And this is being sprayed on us in the dark of night. Right here. It's been tested by an independent lab out of Naples, Florida, and it's full of parasites and bacteria. And this could very well be why all the TB cases are coming open, and people are very, very violently ill. And we're being genocided.
Laboratories on both sides of the Atlantic are confirming that the mysterious fog contains a consistent toxic cocktail of chemicals, including barium, strontium, both carcinogens, and aluminium oxide, pathogens, and uranium. Even more disturbingly, graphene oxide, known for its bioactive effects, has been detected. If you're up to speed with the chemtrails conspiracy against humanity, you'll recognize that many of the toxic chemicals found in this fog are the same ones discovered in large cities after heavy chemtrail spraying. So, what's going on here? The elite have been planning for decades to disperse vaccines, pathogens, and mind control substances through fog and smart dust. It might sound like a wild conspiracy theory, but the evidence to back this up is undeniable. While mainstream media have been gaslighting the public, and elected officials have been describing chemtrails as a conspiracy theory, they were passing legislation to allow them to poison the population from 40,000 feet. Yes, you heard that correctly. US federal law allows for weather modification experiments involving the use of human subjects for the testing of chemical or biological agents and open-air testing of chemical and biological agents. The elites wasted no time constructing their invisible prison, shaping laws and systems designed to keep us under total control. To grasp what's happening, we also need to mention the PrEP Act. Buried deep in 42 US Code 47D60, this little-known law grants the government sweeping near absolute powers during so-called emergencies. And here's the kicker. There are currently 44 national emergencies still in effect, quietly renamed every year by the president, with barely a whisper from the media. So, let's be real. Were they ever going to allow something as trivial as US aid funding cuts to slow them down? Not a chance. The chemtrail operations are far too essential to the globalist agenda, both for psychological manipulation and population control. According to a WF insider, the elites didn't even flinch. They simply pivoted, shifting to private funding. Now, key players, Bill Gates, George Soros, and an intricate web of globalist institutions are pouring even more money into these operations. And this time, it's an all-out war in the skies. Unmarked planes flying off radar are blanketing entire regions with toxic payloads, and the proof is undeniable. The Trump administration is fully aware of the situation and has already taken action, successfully bringing down several rogue aircraft. But the enemy is relentless. As soon as one operation is shut down, another takes its place. The battle for our skies and our survival is only just beginning. We have the details and the plan to save the human race from a mass cull after this important word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. Under Biden, the price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with pillsforever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor, thanks to fenbendazole.
2 years ago, Joe Tippins says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippins says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer.